Now, the five-team Central Catholic League may be small in size, but it is big in talent. The Hartley Hawks lead the way. They went to the state championship game a season ago and could do the same this year. And for the first time in decades, they will play all of the CCL teams this season. That includes DeSales for the first time since 1987. The Stallions bring back an experienced group hoping to return the team back to the playoffs after 2 years away. Their rival Waterson should be rugged as usual. Eagles coming off a rare losing season. St. Charles was a playoff team a season ago, but must replace a key senior class. Same goes for Reedy, a state semifinalist a year ago, now led by Brian Cross, hoping to keep the Knights among the best in Division 6.
There's no excuses. You know, I've told our guys many times, you get your opportunities, you get 10 of them to be exact, and you have to make good on those because you don't get second chances.
We're really excited about playing the CCL schools, and you know, it's been a kind of a journey to make sure we're good enough to play with those teams, and for us, we still feel like we need to prove we're as good as those teams every time we step on the field.
A couple high school matchups tonight, and a huge one at Marion Franklin. Bishop Hartley trying to avoid an 0-3 start to their season, taking on the Red Devils. Great game. Curry Hickman bowls over, put the Hawks on top. The Devils take the lead back. Quarterback Justin Tyler to Allen Roberts McMichael. The Devils lead it 20-14. Final seconds of the game. Hartley at the 1-yard line. And Hickman takes it in the end zone as time expires. The extra point wins it for the Hawks. They get their first W, 21-20.
Bishop Hartley at St. Charles.
And this week's Fan of the Week is Kevin Smith, a graduate of St. Charles, but he sent all of his kids to Bishop Hartley, and he coaches middle school, and the players go to both schools.
That's right. I'm here to support all our kids. We got about 40 kids out here tonight, I think.
And out of the action, the Hawks down by 7, but they come right back with a huge run and score by quarterback Jake Ruby. Tie game. St. Charles with the ball, and they fumble. Hartley would take full advantage, and Query Hickman punches it in from the 1. The Cards trying to get something going, but they fumble again, and Hartley goes on to beat St. Charles 24-21. Minnie Dreyer, football Friday night.
When we return, bonus coverage for Catholic League. Bishop Watterson at Matt Barnes, Bishop Hartley Hawks. Hartley's won 3 games by a total of 5 points. This one, not nearly that close. Second half, Curry Hickman just running over people as the Hawks launch another touchdown drive. Quarterback Jake Ruby finishes it, gets some great blocking. Wow, 42-14.
Hawks hosting the 1-4 Eagles of Watterson. And first quarter, we pick it up. Hartley has the ball. Jack Zhang, who pushes forward for the touchdown. Wow. Yes. I like the last name Zhang, Dom. That calls for some celebration, sort of. To the second quarter, tied at 7. Quarterback Jake Ruby hands it off to Cavell Bennett. He runs it in for the touchdown. Hartley goes on to win 42-14.
Back in the City League. Getting its toughest test of the year at Matt Barnes' Bishop Hartley Hawks. Second play of the game, the Hawks quarterback, he strikes. Little Jake Ruby keeper here. He has a hole and he's got some speed. It's a good combination. 79 yards to the end zone. Hartley, they lead it 7-0. Next possession for the Hawks. They score again. This time, Curry Hickman, 3 yards out, 14-0. Second quarter, little handoff to Cameron Culver around the right side. 21-0 Hawks. They go on to hand the Cougars their first loss, 35-20.
This is your time. It's yours. You own this. You own this. Let's take it. Let's go.
Since 1987, DeSales and Hartley meet on the football field. Hawks have won 6 in a row. Stallions, 7 in a row. Jake Ruby, the quarterback keeper for Hartley. Hawks get the early lead, and then afterward, a new pope was elected.
Oh, good for him.
Stallions come right back. Josh DeLozier tosses it up. Adam Acquista runs under it, and he's onto the end zone. 47 yards on the score, but Hartley takes the lead for good in the second quarter. They were flying at times. Cameron Culver on the sweep around left side. Barnes' alma mater gets it done. They beat DeSales 21-7.
Now, all season, she's been on the lookout for the finest football fans in all of Ohio.
And tonight, Mindy Dreyer completes her regular season search with a stop at a school she happens to like.
We begin with a huge rivalry. Reedy at Hartley, and tensions are high in this one. Hartley trying to move the ball, but it's fumbled, and Reedy takes over with great field position. Brendan Knox takes advantage of that and gets the first TD of the night. Can Hartley strike back? They can when they run like this. And for the score, Cavell Bennett strides into the end zone. The Hawks go for 2 and get it as quarterback Jake Ruby sneaks to the corner. Hartley back with the ball and back in the end zone with this run by Curry Hickman.
So what is the theme tonight for Hartley?
Tonight it's knockout breast cancer and animal theme night.
That's why you're the monkey.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, Abby Doss, you're also our fan of the week.
Oh my goodness, yes, I'm so excited.
And the Hawks beat Reedy 52-19, and they are undisputed.
Reedy needing the win against Bishop Hartley tonight to get into the postseason. We picked this one up in the third quarter, 28-13 Hawks, but the Silver Knights come out of the break with momentum. Brendan Knox with a pickup of 23 yards into our camera. A couple plays later, Dominic Lombardi handed off to Knox, and he takes care of business in for the 10-yard score. 2-point conversion, no good, though. 35-19 Hartley. Hawks like to run the ball, and they did it all night long. Jack Zang dives in for the 22-yard score. 35-19 Bishop Hartley, and the Hawks go on to win 35-19. They are in the playoffs. I think I'm thought out.
Division 5 and begin with Region 15, and there's a look at Ursuline. Team that just plays one of the toughest, they have one of the toughest schedules in the state year in and year out, and they are in the playoffs. It doesn't matter where they finish, just be ready for them. Canton Central Catholic will get beached with the Bison are back in it. They finished at 500. Girard and Crestview. There's the Lancers of Gilmore. They'll get Liberty in the first round. And then United and Ursuline. Ursuline just a beast. They play up year in and year out, and so do the Cavaliers of Coldwater. It just wouldn't be the playoffs without the Cavaliers of Coldwater.
And Brody Hoying.
He's unbelievable. It seems like a kid's 21 years old. That's all we ever talk about.
Playing like it.
He certainly is. Columbia's in it. Coach Ward, congratulations to you and the Raiders. You get Huron, Chippewa, Coldwater, Delta, and Liberty Benton. Liberty Benton always there as well. Another undefeated season for them. And Marion Pleasant, an undefeated season. They'll get Steubenville, Pemberwood, and then the Hawks of Hartley. Again, this is another school that cranks out some big-time Division I talent. And the Hawks, there again, they'll get Portsmouth West. These are Saturday, 7 o'clock kicks. Coshocton, St. Clairsville, another undefeated season for St. Clairsville, Liberty Union, and Wheelersburg. And then Martins Ferry and Ironton. And then CHCA, the Eagles in Region 18. Division 5, Region 18. And they get Waynesville in the opening round. These are Saturday, 7 o'clock kicks. Cincinnati, Marymount. Hamilton Baden goes up against Cincinnati Schroeder. And then West Jefferson and Madeira rounding out Division 5, Region 18. Now, fellas, the question that I posed to you guys, who is the best number one seed in your opinion?
Yeah, for me, it's Canton Central Catholic, 10-0, first time in school history. They're doing a lot of good things with the passing attack. Quarterback Jake Bucati, wide receiver Jimmy Russell, and defensively, they haven't allowed a team to score more than 14 points in any game. They're also creating a lot of turnovers. And as far as their schedule, you know, we always talk about it, guys. The schedule prepares you for the postseason. They have not played a single Division 5 team, only one Division 6 team, and all their other games have been up. They also have a win over Division I playoff team Perry. So Canton Central Catholic, for me, that's the best number one seed.
Greg?
Ryan, I beg to differ. I'm going to take the Bishop Hartley Hawks. Again, a team last year lost in the state final to Coldwater. They've been really solid the last couple of years. They do have a state championship in recent history, but Coach Birchfield has got this team rolling again. You talk about a difficult schedule. They opened up, they lost to an undefeated Michigan team. They lost to Coldwater in week 2. They started 0-2. In week 3, they beat Marion Franklin, a playoff team having a great year, by 1 point. But if you look at the rest of the season, they beat Thurgood Marshall, they beat Beechcroft, they beat St. Francis de Sales, they beat Bishop Reedy. Okay, they've got a very good football team. They got a lot of talent. And Jake Ruby, the quarterback, gives them the ability to run the football as well as throw it effectively. And again, they're always physical. They get a lot of speed. So this is a team that not only can get there, but I believe they can get it done this year.
Yeah, again, you've got, maybe a rematch. Maybe we talked a little bit about Coldwater, you talked about Hartley. And again, those two teams, battle tested, they know what it takes to get through 15 weeks and get themselves in to a state championship, which, oh, by the way, yes, we do have a venue change as well. So get ready to play at the Shoe. In Columbus. I know, we actually get to go to Greg's house. Yeah, well, actually, not that there's not enough people in your house already, but we'll come in. Come on over.
We got a garage for you guys.
Nice. Much more to come here on the OHSAA State Playoff Preview Show. We get you ready, big boys.
St. Ed's. Division 5 in Zanesville, Hartley taking on St. Clairsville. Hawks get to work early. Query Hickman, bowling ball of a running back with the easy touchdown plunge for a couple yards out. Hawks up 7-zip. Hawks recover the ensuing kickoff, and it's Hickman again. 14-0 Hartley before the Red Devils get a chance to touch the ball. In control from start to finish, they win 42-7 and will face Wheelersburg next week. Elsewhere in Division 5.
Hartley taking on St. Clairsville. First quarter, we pick it all up, and the Hawks take the lead. Curie Hickman in for the 2-yard touchdown. Hartley goes up 7-0. The Hawks are going to keep it going. This time Hickman again, this time from 3 yards out. And he bowls his way in. It's 14-0. Second quarter, more from Hartley. Hickman, more from him. From a yard out, 21-0. And then we finish it off with Jake Ruby calling his own number. Scampers in for the 22-yard touchdown. Hartley rolls 42-7.
Hartley's good this year.
They really
good.
are.
And I don't know, do you hear that?
Facing Wheelersburg down in Chillicothe. The Hawks get the ball first and score first. Jake Ruby, handoff to Jack Zang. Gets across the goal line, 7-0 Hawks. Pirates tied it at 7, but the Hawks get another, and it's Ruby this time around the outside. Runs it in inside the pylon. Hartley leads 14-7. Now, the Berg adds a field goal, then adds a touch to overtime, tied at 38. Hartley scores, Wheelersburg does not, and Hartley wins 45-38 and will play Canton Central Catholic next week. Also in Division 5, West Jefferson's comeback.
Division 5, Bishop Hartley taking on Wheelersburg. First quarter, we pick this one all up, and Hartley's Richard Jones, the third, takes the toss, sweep, and gains a big chunk of yards, and that sets up Jack Zang. The 1-yard touchdown plunge. Hawks up 7-0. So now we're tied at 7, and Hawks quarterback Jake Ruby calls his own number. He goes around for the 10-yard score, and Hartley goes up 14-7. Then second quarter, and Wheelersburg Chasen Burke, he goes in from 3 yards out, makes it 17-14 Pirates. Back and forth this one went. Hartley coming back, though. This time it's Ruby through the air. Look at that ball to Jalen Austin with the nice catch. That sets up a 37-yard field goal by Ben Hawk, who had plenty of leg on this one, and Hartley goes on to win in overtime, 45-38. More D5 action.
Teams start the season with a wish list of goals, from beating a rival to making the playoffs to winning a state championship. One of those common goals is to practice on Thanksgiving Day, and it's become a holiday tradition at Bishop Hartley. The Hawks back in their customary place in the Division 5 state semifinals. They'll take on unbeaten Canton Central Catholic Saturday night. The surprising part is that Hartley started its season 0-2. Everybody was asking, what's wrong? Instead, the Hawks got off right. They've run off 11 straight victories. We'll be back right after this.
That means you're playing in the Ohio High School state semifinals. The senior class at Hartley High has practiced on Thanksgiving all 4 years. Every year the alumni returns to watch. It is one of the great traditions. Our Tim Flaherty was there with his camera. This is what he saw.
Well, before the season, we set many goals, and one of our goals is to practice on Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving practice is tradition here. Having all the alumni come back, everyone come and celebrate with us, give us words of knowledge from the past that they had.
And this is why you do all the work in the winter and in the spring and in the summer, and this is why you set the goals. And I think to be the best, you set your goals and expectations high, and that's what the kids have done.
Everybody out, set, hit, get him out, get him out, get him out. Good job, hold it.
It's just a big deal here to practice on Thanksgiving because it's just to celebrate the history of Hartley football.
And that's one of the things we do when we come to Hartley. We set goals on practicing postseason and trying to go to December.
The wins are important in the school when it happens, but the opportunity to get to be with the kids and get to practice and do well, that's priceless.
Yeah, it certainly is. Great tradition over there, and of course it kind of helps with the...
Now to the high school state semifinals. Two Central Ohio teams still with a dream to play next week at Ohio Stadium for a state title. We start in Division 5. Bishop Hartley taking on undefeated Canton Central Catholic. Third quarter action is where we pick it up. The Hawks are down 27-10, and it's a fake punt. Jake Ruby tosses to Mateo Saxton, who throws it to Jalen Austin for the first down, and that'll set up a 3-yard touchdown run by Ruby. Hawks down 27-17. Fourth quarter now, same score. Hartley's Curie Hickman from 3 yards out. He pushes the pile and he gets in. Hawks trail by 3, but the Crusaders pull away as Jake Pachuti runs it into the score. 34-24. Canton Central Catholic moves on a fine season for the Hartley Hawks. In Division